That evening, my friend Ellen and I decided to watch a documentary. My cousin had a huge box of old documentaries from his deceased great-grandfather. We started to dig through the box, but we couldn't find an interesting documentary. When the last box was empty, my hand touched a height on the right side of the cardboard box. It looked like something was stuck between two pieces of cardboard on the right side of the box. I tore open the box and looked at the height. It was a CD case. It said Life of the Dead, an ordinary documentary. My friend was surprised because, as he said, he knew this huge archive by name and had never seen such a documentary before. We were both going to watch this strange documentary for the first time. I opened the box. Inside was a CD with a black front. We sat in front of the television. Ellen had turned on the CD player and was asking me to insert the CD. I was hesitant about this because I was afraid of being afraid. It was such a strange feeling to be afraid of being afraid. It's even hard to explain. At that moment, Ellen snatched the CD from my hand and inserted it into the device. "You're not afraid of this stupid thing, are you?" He was a brave man, but I know very well that too much courage is not good. The documentary has begun. We were surprised when we looked at its duration. It was a short 3-minute documentary. Maybe the rest of it was corrupted. We would have to wait to find out. Ellen pressed play on the remote and the documentary began. It was a scary documentary, as I expected. Ellen just stared at the screen. Graves and corpses were displayed as photographs on the screen. My heart would explode. Even Ellen's bravery wasn't enough. At the 30th second, Ellen took the remote control to turn it off when a voice started speaking. "The dead are not as dead as you think. When they die, they continue their existence in other dimensions of life. A dead man can talk to you if he wants." It was really ridiculous. Ellen couldn't stand this nonsense, so she hung up. It was a disgusting documentary. I'm going to WC. When Ellen went to the bathroom, I was left alone in the room. My eyes went to the clock. It was past 8:20. Minutes passed and Ellen did not return from the sink. I got curious and followed him. When I entered the sink, Ellen was just lying on the floor. There was no wound or blood. I was shocked. I touched Ellen, afraid. It was as cold as an ice tank. I checked his pulse. He wasn't throwing. I was very scared. I called the ambulance and asked for help. They put Ellen in the ambulance and me next to her. A short time later, I was in the hospital crying over Ellen, who was wearing a white sheet. Meanwhile, the expert who examined the body came to me and started talking. "When did you find this body?" "It's been at least 3 days since this person died." That's when that disgusting voice echoed in my mind. "A dead person can talk to you if he wants."